Hi, I'm not Töricht, and this is my Rivals of Aether tier list. Before I get started, I want to explain how I'm going to be rating these characters. So, for me, if both players are playing at a high level, they aren't going to make mistakes on purpose. Like, they aren't going to be randomly rolling in or something. So, in order to win neutral, you have to force them into making a mistake. And you can do that by using your character's options to limit your opponent's options and force certain options out of them that you can punish. And the better a character is at doing that, the higher that character will be on the list. And I also want to mention that I have changed my opinion since last I have posted my tier list. So my tier list is divided into S tier and A tier. S tier means that the character is going to be on average more oppressive, so they are going to be forcing more options out of the opponent, while the A tier characters are going to be reacting more to the oppressive characters. So I think that what makes a character good is how well they get their advantage started. If Wrastor is just sitting here, Orcane has like a million options he can choose from. But if Wrastor is like has Slipstream out, he's limiting certain options. So now the Orcane has fewer options to choose from, and the Wrastor has to only worry about a few options instead of a lot of options. So it's easier for him to get a hit after that. So like once Wrastor has the Slipstream out, he's already in advantage. And obviously from advantage he can then transition over into his punish game. And yeah, so the easier it is to get your advantage state started, and the easier it is to transition from that into a punish game, the higher the character will be on the list. So Wrastor, with his Slipstream, he can either throw it at his opponent and threaten to immediately attack off of it, or he could throw it and wave a triangle dash back and with punish the option the opponent throws out. So this like 50-50 alone already puts so much pressure on the opponent that they either have to like dash back to like be able to parry the Slipstream, or they have to like jump over the Slipstream, which Wrastor can also like whiff punish the landing. Now not only is Wrastor the best character at forcing losing positions for the opponent, he's also one of the best at not being forced himself into losing positions. Because let's say Etalus dash attacks back forward, and Wrastor feels threatened, he can simply jump away. He has 3 mid-air jumps, so his disadvantage is extremely strong, and he can transition from being threatened to threatening his opponent extremely quickly. And yeah, that's just why he's the best in the game. One of the matchups I actually think he loses, or he is the less oppressive character in, is against like Absa, for example. Putting the cloud down, Wrastor tries to like approach, he can just like pop it. There's no way Wrastor whiff punishes that. And then like double jump away and like do cloud in the air. If Wrastor tries to like catch her, she can pop the cloud, and then Wrastor's getting punished for that approach. Simply like not having like good disjoints can like struggle to deal with that. So next on this list we have Maypul, and Maypul, similar to Wrastor, is extremely strong on the ground. She's really fast, has good approach options in like her short up aerials, and one strength she has over Wrastor is that she also has a lot of vertical speed, so her like up air travels really fast in the air, so she can catch these jump aways like better than Wrastor can. Raw back air, so she can cut off airspace very well, and from very far away also. And then she can also cut off space with Lily. So putting Lily on a platform is something you have to worry about, because one, the risk reward on her like options like dash attack below the platform is now way higher. Also, if she gets like hit into Lily, Maypul's like very safe, because like you're forced to parry Lily and then drop your combo in order to like keep your punish going, and Maypul simply gets like out of jail for free basically. Yeah, she can also like stay behind the Lily and like try to approach her, and then she can like punish you for that. So one of her like downsides is that she isn't the most mobile in the area. She can't like drift back, so she's like she only has like one jump and that's it. So if she's like forced to be on the ground against a character that has good keep out options, it can be hard for her to approach at times. Like a character like Forsburn that doesn't have to approach her, and she has to approach him, she can like be on the back foot there. So Zetterburn is a character that has this fireball, and fireball is extremely good because it gives him a lot of plus frames. He can even combo off it if he's like really close to his opponent, and this means that whenever he's like landing, usually like a character either has to like aerial or like go back, like retreat, and obviously like if you retreat you're giving up space, and if you aerial you can get whiff punished. But Zetter, he can always just go in with his fireball, and beating this option usually requires like a hard read on that specific option. So not only is the fireball extremely strong on the ground, it just forces them like to respect your approach, but also is also extremely good in the air because it takes up airspace, similar to Maypul's back air. He can say like don't jump. Like if you do jump, you get hit by this fireball, and maybe you even like waste your double jump because of it, and now he can like catch you with his like disjointed moves. Once he's like close to you, his like shine, pressure, and simply like frame data is just extremely oppressive, to the degree where a lot of characters simply can't deal with it. Characters can struggle against him, and a lot of the like floaty air characters, because they like to like fly around and then he just catches them with fireball. Now you have to play grounded against him, and obviously he has this like disjointed moves to beat you out. That just makes him the third character on my list. The only character I would say he could lose to is Clairen, because his like fireball oppressiveness doesn't work on her because of no fun zone. So Forsburn is next on this list, and he works kind of differently than the 3 characters above him, in that he doesn't really approach as much. Like, he still has approach options, but he doesn't, it's not like his main, like, thing. The approach option he does have is clone. He can throw the clone out, and now once the clone is out, the opponent is like forced to interact with the clone. They can't just ignore it, because if he just pops it, he can get like a combo off it. If they like try to hit it, now they're getting whiff punished. If they try to like jump away, they get like caught by this like up air, or like if they just jump away, Forsburn can like retreat and take space. What you want to do against Forsburn is you want to approach him. If he just puts down a lot of smoke, winning neutral now against him is like extremely difficult, because just hit Forsburn to like force the clone to disappear. You have to actually like take a big guess on where he is, or you have to like hit the clone. So if you like simply don't do anything, he can now approach you, because his approach options inside smoke get buffed, because he can like come from above. He can like stay on the ground and go for his like baby dash jabs, and if you try to approach him, he can also cape. Simply having the option to force your opponent into approaching you, and then having some of the best anti-approach options, is really strong. So like I said, like cape, try to approach into it, you get like either hit, it's like hard to punish him sometimes if you don't have like a lot of range, because dagger can just come out afterwards and you can get caught by that. Once you like let him get all 3 smokestacks, he can now get a super clone, which is like the same mix up except stronger, because the clone attacks on itself, and if you attack the clone you get punished, and also if you attack Forsburn, okay, it didn't work there, but like you can, is that out of hit's an option that actually like a lot of characters like Elliana got their like out of hit's an option nerfed, but Forsburn, super clone, he can just like get a free counter hit on most attacks for free. If you want to like avoid him getting that option, you have to approach him, which like I said is really difficult. Now one like weakness he has is that if a character has a safe way to deal with the smoke, his approach options can be kind of predictable, because he's not the fastest character, and if clone just gets destroyed, like Elliana just puts down steam, clone runs into it and gets hit, he has to like approach with his slow speed, which may not always be the best thing, and in general he just wants you to approach him and not the other way around. Next on this list we have Ori, and Ori's like main idea in neutral is that he charges Sein, and then weightages back, lets Sein like whiff punish move. So he like goes into threat range back, and then lets Sein punish the whiffed move. And all of this is extremely safe to do, like yeah, simply really hard to contest. And if you try to like go into the air, he can like throw his like orb at you, So he can also like zone really well and cut out airspace, and can use it as like an approach option, like a surprise approach option. And this means that even if you're like an air character like Absa, you're going to like get caught by this, or not get caught, but like get forced into certain positions where Ori can punish you easier. And Sylvanos also punish this orb by like parrying it, but now you try to parry it. This is like a parry punish. Let's grab the orb and like punish the parry by either shooting himself at the opponent or shooting the orb at the opponent. Wave dash back and charge Sein, look for an opening and hit you really hard. I think a problem Ori has, however, is that he doesn't really have good disjoints in his normals. He has this like, up tilt obviously, but that's it. His other normals are like not really good on trade. So a character like Hodan, if you like flash kicks and aerial, he can like do very well against that, and he has like a lot of ways to like cover his body with his like splash hitboxes. Not that easy to contest that if you don't have like a lot of range, like Ori does. Next on the list we have Etalus. So Etalus is a character that had extremely good ground options on ice, and simply means he's going to be baiting a lot of moves with his like dash attack and wave dash approach. So like now Clairen like jabs and now she gets like whiff punish, and he also has this fair armor to like tank and move, then like counter hit or just hit fall and then get a hit off the from the ground, or simply be in frame advantage and like bait another option afterwards. So he's like extremely oppressive on the ground against most characters, and if you try to like play on platforms to like bait him into approaching you badly and like punishing him for it, he can simply lay down more ice, so it's just like getting more powerful as the match goes on if you like don't interact with him. And he can also like retreat and get ice armor, and now if he wants to approach someone from on the platform, he simply goes for this like up B, and like he can go for like an early waveland, or he can like hold it a little longer and then go for a waveland. So simply being on the platform against him is not super like as strong as people think. Like people think that he gets platform camped, but I don't think that's true if you have like if you don't have a good way to interrupt him getting ice armor. So if you do have like a Wrastor slipstream or a Ellie missile, you may be able to like catch him getting this ice armor. But if you don't have this, then being on the platform and just letting him get ice armor for free is a bad thing. So yeah, not only does he like get this like approaches on platforms with ice armor, he also gets free approaches on the ground. Simply dash attack and jump cancel up B, and now you can like tank a hit and punish it, and she gets punished for it. So now her other options would be like to jump away, but then if you jump away he can like maybe like read it or go for these like icicles, and yeah, he's just like, I think his offense in neutral is just extremely strong if he's just winning neutral that often. So as I mentioned earlier, if someone's on a platform, Etalus can like set up his ice and get ice armor, but Wrastor is one of these characters that has a good projectile against that. Yeah, he can just interrupt it from full screen, and obviously that means that Etalus without ice armor can't really approach on platforms. Well, his forward air is like kinda good, but then it's like slow on startup, and Wrastor can like just bait it out. So if you can't get ice armor started to like beat platform camping, then you're going to have a like rough time approaching on platforms. So Absa is like a character that doesn't have like super oppressive approach options, but her keep out game is like one of the best in the game. So if she has like Cloud like right in between her and her opponent, it's extremely difficult for her opponent to deal with it, because she can like bait an option and then pop the Cloud and punish her opponent, and the opponent can't punish her for doing that, so she's extremely safe doing that. Like, she kinda does what Orcane's puddle does on the ground, except that if Orcane like whiffs the bubbles, he gets parried, he gets punished, and Absa doesn't get punished, so she's like a safer Orcane in that way. She's also like really good in the air. She can like do the same thing in the air, put the Cloud in between her and opponent. Now if they like approach, Cloud pop, and she can like come down with an aerial or something. And it's extremely unpredictable when the Absa is coming down, because she has all this air mobility. Her drift is just really well, so she can like just come down with an aerial at any moment and hit you. And trying to like escape this like pressure that she puts on you is like you either have to like hard commit to an approach and hit her out of the air, which is difficult if you don't have like a specific option to beat that, like a Maypul up air that kind of like rises up really quickly, or like a Zetterburn fireball and Zetterburn up air. So characters can like struggle to get in on her. On top of that, she has up B, which is like an approach option that she can just get out of and like cover herself with Cloud if she has like Cloud positioned correctly. It's extremely difficult to like punish her for going for this, and if she like ever decides to actually go for the approach, she just gets in. Absa's like weakness is that she has this like floaty double jump, which gives her like a lot of ways to move around, but it's also really slow. Like she moves downwards and then upwards, and it's like really floaty while doing it. So a Zetterburn fireball is like a really good option to like catch these double jumps, catch these like Cloud jumps. One of her weaknesses that she like loses to like projectiles that catch her jumps, like Mollo's bombs, Zetter fireball, and yeah, that type of projectiles. Next we have Elliana, and Elliana is a character that is extremely mobile in the air, has a lot of ways to control space with her projectiles, like steam and missile. And this means that no matter where you are on stage, you are getting hit by like a missile or like steam. And characters like Forsburn or Etalus that want to like power themselves up before going in, like Etalus putting down ice, getting like ice armor, or Forsburn putting down smoke and getting clone out, all these characters can struggle against her because she cannot say no to that from everywhere. Like Forsburn putting on smoke, and now all smoke is like gone, and the clone is like that. So now he's like he has to rely on his like normal moves, which can sometimes be a problem against Elliana because she's like so mobile. Catching her is like really difficult. And the good thing is like while she's stopping you from powering up, like while she's like putting these missiles down, she's herself is like putting down steam, for example, and now she has like more control and can like approach very oppressively. So that's really good. And her projectiles all combo. Like now she gets a full combo, so it's like you have to like respect it a lot, and avoiding it can lead to Elliana like covering some of like avoiding like the steam. Now she has like all of this like disjointed hitboxes to catch you, and simply getting away from Elliana is really difficult. One matchup Elliana can struggle in is Sylvanos, because she like loves to fly around, and Sylvanos is a character that is extremely good at stopping people from flying around by throwing these seeds up in the air, like catching or like taking off airspace even if he doesn't catch you, and then he can like up air or like forward air. And because Elliana is so small on the ground, she can't keep up on the ground, so she's like forced in the air. But then once she's in the air, she just gets hit by all these things, and because she's so big, it's really hard for her to avoid getting hit a lot by these options. Next on this list we have Sylvanos, and Sylvanos is a character that has extremely good keep out options with his like big jab too. Down tilt can like with punish a lot of stuff from really far away, and because he's really fast, he can always build up the distance he needs to be able to play in his like optimal range, which is like further mid range. If you can't really keep up with his grounded options, you are going to jump, and when people jump, he has this insane forward air to cover that, and he has a way to cover the landing if he doesn't go for like a read, like a forward air read for example. He can simply wait for you to jump up here and then cover everything with Howl. Clairen is on this platform over here. Sylvanos can simply like nudge forward, put down grass, Howl, and now if Clairen tried to like go down there, she would have gotten hit. But if Sylvanos whiffs, he's completely safe. If he ever feels like it, he can forward air and just like cover the entire platform. Now if an opponent is like directly above Sylvanos, like a lot of the like aerial zoners like Absa and Elliana, he can see it from below and cover a lot of airspace like vertically. And if he has like pins down their like movement and their position, he can go for this really big up air and this really big forward air to cover that. Also, his approach with side B on a flower is kind of like Etalus dash attack. He can like wave dash back or like attack off of it, and so he has a lot of like, he has like this really good like mix up between being fast, going in and then going out again and using range to stop fire approaches, and simply controlling all the space with Howl. So Sylvanos' biggest weakness is his like 45 degree angle blind spot. Right here, this area is like kind of risky to cover for Sylvanos because he has to like go for a forward air which has like a lot of lag, and down tilt will like width because it's like only a grounded option. Side B also doesn't cover that like really well, and like back air is like really slow, upstrong is like really slow. So yeah, playing in this like in this area is really strong against him, and especially if you're like a really fast character who can like enter this area and like approach from there, like Maypul, that's like really strong. Also another blind spot he has is like we're right behind him. He has to like do this like down air which goes like in front of him and like downwards, and up air also won't really cover a lot of things, so he has to like go for this back air which is extremely slow. So if you manage to get like under and behind him, he's also like really weak. So Mollo, he has really good normals, so down tilt is a really good whiff punishing option, and it's got a really good flat drop back air and nair. So he's already really good neutral just with those options, but then on top of that he can control a lot of space with bombs. So like similar to like a Zetter fireball, he can like cut off airspace, like don't jump, and now if they have to like ground it, he down tilts them. Also bomb like mix up the neutral and maximizing punishes, and he can also like cut off like platform space with it. Like if you do it correctly, they don't have enough time to like waveland parry, so they have to just accept that they can't go on the platform, and then Mollo can like punish them for it. And a character like Absa, for example, that loves to like fly around, can get caught by these bombs extremely easily, and then a lot of times he can like cover multiple options. Like for example, if you like really roll in, you can put a bomb there, and you can like also cover the other option. So he has a lot of ways to limit his opponent's options through this like bombs. So Mollo's weakness is that he doesn't really want to trade because his bombs like will backfire if he gets hit while they're like unstable. And a character that can trade with Mollo a lot is Shovel Knight, for example. His dagger is like propeller dagger, can like beat Mollo's down tilt or trade with it, and Mollo doesn't really have good ways to deal with it. Every like stray hit can be high reward if Mollo has a bomb in hand, and because Mollo like obviously wants to set up all these like things with bombs, or like have a bomb to like maximize like punish, Shovel Knight can just kinda negate that. And a lot of characters like Sylvanos also, if you have like good range against Mollo, that he can't beat with his like down tilt, for example, he'll have a harder time against. Pomme is extremely mobile in the air because of float and because of her song field. She can like control float really well, and on top of that she also has really good projectiles in nodes, so she can like throw a node and then follow behind it, or like attack before the node reaches her opponent, and if they like expect her to attack, she can just decide not to attack and let the node like whiff punish the option. On top of that, she also has her she has Vince, which she can charge up. Like reversal approaches. Characters that can't really force her off of the air because they don't have like good angles to, or they can't like cover like this like angle above them. Can like kind of struggle. She also has really good burst movement with her forward air, so she can like also just get in really nicely. Because Pomme wants to float a lot and be in the air, characters that can prevent her from doing that, like Mollo for example, can make her like, can force her onto the ground. Mollo can just like throw a lot of bombs into the air. Zetterburn can throw fireball. So, and now once she's like on the ground, she has like, she's more limited because she isn't like the fast character, and she can dash attack, which is really good, but it also kind of slow and whiff punishable. Yeah, also her nodes all lose to Mollo's bombs, so Mollo can just throw a bomb through all of the nodes, and also Vince can like be countered by people just like jumping over it, or like waiting for Pomme to throw it out and punishing her before she can release him, like that. And so that just means that she is like weaker on the ground than she's in the air, and characters that can get her off the air can capitalize off of that. Kragg is a character that really, in order for him to be really oppressive and neutral, he needs to pull this rock. And with rock, he has a lot of options to zone out his opponent and to find openings. Like he can just threaten to throw at his opponent, or can just like neutral throw, which will beat out parry. Or he can like neutral throw and re-pick up the rock, and then like it acts as a parry bait, as a build-in parry bait. And he can like punish it, like similar to like Ori's orb, where Ori like throws the orb and then bashes the orb. Kragg can also like throw the rock and then like re-grab it. And yeah, other than that, he also has really good boxing tools, so if you're like really close to him, he can like get you out, and then once he has the distance he needs, he can just get his rock out and start zoning and like look for an opening. Also on like stages with like big platforms, he can like down B and give himself like time to pull a rock. So the game plan is to prevent him from pulling rock, which is pretty difficult if he can space like a down B and make himself completely safe. You can't parry it, and if you jump on the plat you're gonna get reversaled, or if you just like stay outside of it, he has enough time to either pull rock or he can like take space and move around. So it's really strong at like giving himself these like neutral breaks he needs to get his rock. So one problem Kragg has is that in order for him to be an oppressive character, he wants to pull rock first, and pulling rock it takes like a bit of time for him to go through animation, and if he gets hit while holding a rock, he's in a really bad spot. So the counterplay to playing against Kragg is to like stay outside of his boxing range, where he's like really strong, and outside the range where he can like pull a rock safely. So you want to be in this mid-range, the Kragg zone, and punish his like down Bs and his like rock pulls. Olympia has really good frame data and also little active hitboxes, so she can like frame trap people if she gets like close, and she's kind of slow on the ground, but she has these dashes to make up for it. She can like threaten and approach with this like side special, cancel, and she can like always just move out of the way if she feels threatened, or dash in. So she's really good at like coming down from above and use her active aerials to land and then get a combo off of it. Also her baby dash jump is really good, so she can like use that up to approach as well. Her crystal field, she can like put it behind, like way behind the opponent. Now it's like more of a commitment to break the crystal because they're going to give up space, which then Olympia can take, or Olympia can like put the crystal right in front of her. So now if they want to break the crystal, they risk getting hit by like one of Olympia's attacks, or getting hit by like the side special, and then Olympia can capitalize all of that. The like gem projectile can also act as a slipstream in a way, where she can like throw it out and then threaten an attack afterwards, or like throw it out and whiff punish an attack, or simply like throw it out and then like parry bait and punish that. And yeah, she simply is really mobile with really good hitboxes to punish a lot of stuff. Olympia's problem is that her approaches are kind of telegraphed in a way, because she's like set up her approach. She can just like spontaneously approach. She has to charge this like side special or enter down special and then like cancel out of it. So a character with like good air to airs or good anti-airs can catch these like aerial approaches really well. If you had like active hitboxes and like disjointed active hitboxes. Yeah, so she relied a lot on these like burst options to get in, which can be caught by active and disjointed hitboxes. Ranno is a character that has really good mobility on the ground. So this means he's going to be like bait and punishing on the ground a lot, and he has really good like frame data, so he can like whiff punish us really fast and quickly. And if there's ever like a neutral break, he can charge up his needles, which will make his neutral better by like he can like, if he has enough charges, he can like throw them in combo off of it, or he can simply like take out away space and then punish their like movement afterwards, and simply like threatening different like spaces and areas. He's like really safe in general to use. He never really has to like commit really hard. He also has a good disjointed option in tongue, so he can like catch like if people are just like mindlessly mashing, he can just tongue and cover that. And so yeah, Ranno's weakness is that he doesn't have good disjoints outside of tongue, so if he has to like punish like a really active hitbox, it can be really hard for him with his like non-disjointed moves. He also has really bad mobility in the air. He has like one of the slowest air speeds, and his like moves are also like not really that big, so it's difficult for him to like cover some like certain areas. He has to like commit to this like frog jump to catch certain options, or he has to like go around and catch them from this like 45-degree angle, like he wants to be above and like diagonal from them to catch them safely with needles, but he doesn't have a way to catch them when he's the one like below. Hodan has a lot of really good active hitboxes, like his NATO, his like neutral air, and he can like be pretty difficult to like whiff punish at times if you don't have like good range or disjoints. And he has a lot of these like splash hitboxes to cover his body. Up to is a really good move to simply make people go away from you, and then you can like retreat to your platform, or he can just like go into the air because his landing options are just really strong. So it's like it's pretty incredibly difficult to approach. And he also has these sweat spirits, which he can like throw at his opponent. If they like try to parry it, you can like sweat spirit like that. Hodan can just grab the spirit and like throw himself at his opponent. Or like grab it with up specialist, probably like more like easier, but it will get you the reward. Yes, it's like really big active moves that you need a lot of disjoint and range to like contest. He's also like really mobile, so even though his like approach options aren't the best, because you can control neutral, like the pace of neutral so well, he can kind of take his time for when he wants to approach and make the most off of it. Hodan simply has a really good keep out game with his hitboxes, and it's hard to whiff punish. Hodan's biggest weakness is that his approach options are very committal, so he isn't like the fast character on the ground, and all of his moves are like, his approach moves are like not really, are either like really slow on startup or are laggy, and or they don't go far enough. So a character that can like keep you out really well, like Forsburn for example. A lot of his like active moves aren't that important if you have like a big disjointed move, like for example Clairen, Sylvanos, Forsburn, all these characters that can simply punish him without having to whiff punish him. Orcane has a really good frame data and can be really like safe and neutral. His puddle approach can also be really good. So like either do it like that or do a short hop to like mix up a parry. And his strong attacks are also really strong on puddle. He can simply kind of like a Ranno tongue if you're just like pressing too many buttons. He just says he just stops you from pressing more. And he also is really good on trade with this like up air and sweet spot back air. So if you're like above him, like character that loves to like be above you a lot, and he can just like up air that because it's like a disjointed and it will kill really early. Also he can really be really mobile with like bubble butt and nair bounces, so it can be pretty slippery and hard to hit. So yeah, and then his bubbles are kind of risky to throw out, but they still threaten space. Like now, if you read an approach, like you can preemptively bubble, or you can like simply keep the droplet there to make the opponent uncomfortable and make them like force an option out of them. Orcane can struggle against like really good like bait and punish characters because he doesn't have, he can like bubble to like keep them out a little bit, but the reward is just really little, so there's never like a real reason to do this, because if the opponent guesses that are going to throw out bubbles or like a hitbox, you can like parry the bubbles. So risk reward on bubbles is really bad, and he simply doesn't have the like enough speed and enough like active hitboxes to really make it difficult for bait and punish characters to get in. Also his droplet, even though is really good, only covers like a specific like area in front of him. So if you do like a short, especially like the short up droplet, goes so high up that platforms will just stop it, and characters can like anticipate it and parry it. It's not oppressive enough to get consistent approaches. So Shovel Knight is the best character at getting stray hits. He has this like propeller dagger, which is extremely disjointed and extremely difficult to beat out. So, and because you can like charge it and like cancel it, it's extremely difficult to predict where he's going to go and when he's like going to release it, because it's like back air. And back air is like kind of like a Maypul back air, like a multi-hitting move, except that it's more disjointed and simply like better. You can like kind of wall out with it. And yeah, a lot of these like trades or these like stray hits mean that he's going to rack up damage like over time. And like Mollo is a character that's really bad on like trade, or that doesn't want to be caught with a bomb in hand. And Shovel Knight, because he can simply always like threaten an attack, can stop Mollo really well with that. He also has this really good up air, so he can like catch characters that want to like fly away from him really easily, and simply controls like can restrict airspace really well. His down air is also a move that is really good at like countering like stage spatial resources, like Mollo throwing bombs, he can just like down air through that, or like a Zetterburn fireball has like really good stray hit like game plan. Shovel Knight doesn't just gain or rack up damage with his straight hits, but also gets gems, which means that he's going to get more powerful as the match goes on. With like his momentum mail, he can bait and punish people. With dynamo mail, he can like counter like stage resources even better. Like if Absa's like a cloud down, he can like down near the cloud, he can like surprise down strong in the air or something. He has like new like neutral tools. Ghost Glove is one of the best approach projectiles in the game. The mobile gear can act as an anti-air, and he can also like obviously go in front and now bait an option, wave dash back and let the mobile gear like whiff punish, or simply make the mobile gear threaten them and then attack himself. So yeah, he has like really good tools that he can like gain or like threaten to gain if he gets like all these stray hits. They don't want to let him get his tools. They are going to like stop him from doing all this by rushing him down, and then he can like wall him out mainly back air. Also, one additional thing is that if the opponent doesn't want to approach Shovel Knight, he has always the option to get a fish and like get his relics faster. One problem Shovel Knight has is that his dagger like doesn't leave him really actionable. Like he can cancel it by jumping, but he has to go through this like jump animation before he can act. The characters that can interrupt him while traveling towards him can kinda negate his stray hit game plan. If Orcane does bubbles, he can stop Shovel Knight from doing his dagger. So yeah, and without that he is like limited to like back air mostly, which is really good, but it's also not unbeatable. So he doesn't have a lot of different neutral options, he only has like very similar options. Clairen is a bait and punisher that has good range and disjoints, so whenever someone like whiffs a move, she can whiff punish that very well. She also has pretty good mobility on platforms with like plat boosts. Characters that are like really slow and can't really like punish her moves that well can kind of struggle. Near, for example, that she can jump out of, or she can like jump away, and she's like really safe while doing that. It's kind of difficult to punish it, and she can always like threaten to just come down with it and hit a tipper, or like retreat and then punish with like a different move. And her other strength is that she can can like no fun zone enemies like projectiles and spatial resources to take away control from them, because a lot of characters like really rely a lot on their spatial resource, and she can say no to that and then make them play at her level. The problem Clairen has is that her frame data is really bad, so she's extremely easy to whiff punish, and especially if you have like a lot of speed or a lot of range. Like Sylvanos, for example, outspeeds and outranges Clairen, so that is a big problem for her. And additionally, she is really good at whiff punishing, but she doesn't have a good way to force an approach in the first place against Clairen. You never have to commit to anything, because she doesn't even have good approach options that will force options out of you. This means that she's going to be extremely passive, and if she does decide to approach, it's kind of predictable. She has something like a dash attack or like a full hop approach. So yeah, that's her like problem.